Hello, mind readers. And if in fact you can read my mind, you'll already know that this is today going to be a different kind of episode. I'm taking it off. Taking it off the beaten path. I'm just going to beat another path elsewhere. Just beat around the bush and fucking blaze fucking new trail. And yes, that's what I'm doing. So I'm just sitting here in the Cliff Goes Live studio. Quite chuffed, actually, is why I'm sitting here. Every now and then, as one does, I'm just out there sweeping the mop on the floor and shit like that. Every now and then, get kind of ahead of myself and get a little too chuffed to work, actually. I had to come down here, come down here, I guess, that's what I said. I had to come back here, maybe back here, back and down. It's more like up and down. It's really, there's not much elevation involved, really. I had to come over back here, back over here, to the Cliff Goes Live studio. And, I think I nodded off for a bit, too. Which is, interesting because I'm just tired. It's a strange combination being like I'm totally wired and tired at the same time. Tend to experience some type of degenerative brain focus point in front of me. There's a focal point that generally it's probably where I am, but maybe that's just what I'm looking at, and every now and then it goes out of focus, and once I'm not looking at it, I'm no longer self-aware or something. Maybe I should be staring at the focal point to become self-aware, because it's outside of me. That would make much more sense. And then in that way I experience myself as a separate entity from I'm a subject, and I am the subject of my own inner plans and devices and carry forwards and shit like that, and schemes. Because I don't remember how to do long division anymore. I have just no idea. Absolutely no idea. In fact, I'm not even sure. I think it's good. I learned that. That came to my attention probably a good 8 years ago, maybe 10. And I bet it's gotten to the point now where, like, I don't even think I could write. I could come up with like a problem, like a question that needs to be solved, right? What do they even call those? A question. It's not a question. It's it needs to be solved. Like, it needs to be an equation. Like, there's something that they call that when it's just like 2 plus 2. What is that? That is a name for that. So it's just a problem, or I don't know, some stupid thing that people normally call it, which I shouldn't really just be I should move on from this, actually. Where was I getting with all this? Let's open my eyes there. Right, okay, right, okay, so, okay, just, sorry, I opened my eyes and I, was immediately confronted with, the purpose and aim of this whole incredible episode is going to be. I've been thinking of doing say something along those lines for a bit, and then but not exactly like this, not exactly like this. And this is it's kind of a almost a it's god damn it, it's a it's like two ideas in one or some shit. Holy fuck! I think I'm going to get a thesaurus again. I'm going to buy a thesaurus, like a real one with a paper and it's a book and shit. It's just easier to flip through books. It is. Like, I don't care what people say. It is. You're searching for fucking, you just like, you can just flip through and basically just kind of find words and shit, that you're not even looking for. Shit like that. You can't really do that online. Like, I suppose you can scroll, but like, it's not the same. Especially when it's just all one long fucking endless scroll. Like when I'm trying to find songs sometimes on my YouTube music playlist, I'm up over 1,400 tunes. Like if I have to find one particular tune, for whatever reason, it can take some time. It can take some time because I'll go right by it. Yeah. And so how does that relate to what I'm talking about here? Something goes by and you don't notice it, and I don't know. Anyways, so I'll move on from that. So still kind of undecided as to exactly which I will be reading, because I've got three options here. Well, I got four, but I'm not really considering the one. I'm going with three options here, and really it's kind of down to two, for reasons that I will probably explain later, but maybe I won't because I might also just forget and shit like that. And I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with the we got the Nature Valley Crunchy Peanut Butter, snack bar here, and I'm familiar with these things. I bought these for myself in the past, and I'm fairly certain I've recorded myself talking about these labels before, because you know what? Let's just get into it, and then I'm sure I will read your deciding every question you could possibly have here about why, and even how or who, or no, mostly just why, I guess. What, I suppose. Yeah, somewhat. All right. All right. So with all that preamble aside, I shall. Here we go. Today's episode of Nature Valley Crunch peanut butter bars. General Mills Canada Corporation, and so I guess we gotta we can just attribute all these words are theirs, right? They wrote this shit. You might not necessarily think of them as an author, but in a very real legal sense, they authored all these words, and in a very real legal sense. I'm sure it's all legal. I'm sure the lawyers, this was all passed by through the legal department, and General Mills, Canada Corporation in Mississauga, Ontario, definitely has a legal department. Definitely. All right. So, and of course, we're all good readers aside. Reader's side. Before we get started here, reader's side. So I'm basically going to just go through and read all the words on here, and there's a few different sections. Not exactly chapters, but they're different sections, and they're on here for a reason. And it's you may think this is a bizarre or strange thing to do, but then again, I'm not the one that put like 8 or 9 paragraphs on food. I'm not the one that continuously does this. I'm not the one. I know the one I am. I'm the one fucking bringing this up, saying, "Look, this is weird." There's no one else fucking starting to be bothered by this shit. Sometimes even you'll buy a single piece of fruit, and there'll be a sticker on it with some words. You can't buy food that doesn't have words on it. It's fucking unusual, man. Like, I'm not gonna say it's unnatural, because it's obviously unnatural. It's already prepackaged in a store and shit like that. It's fucking unusual. Like, it is unusual. I don't fucking care what anyone says or thinks. Like, it may not be in our lifetime, but our lifetime's so small in comparison to the epoch of history here. We're fucking, like, 100 years ago, you're not going to the market or to the grocer and noticing there's fucking, like, words covering the whole fucking thing all over the place. Words, man. And these words are important too, eh? These words are there for a fucking reason. They're meant to be read. Of course, no one reads them because it's fucking ridiculous. But I'm going to read them. Because that's what we do here on Reader's Aside. We dig into the content and the material that other people just won't. Because they don't have the fucking capacity to really even search it out and to understand why it's valuable. And why it needs to be fucking singled out. And read and understood. And put aside. Every now and then. So that I can comment on that shit. In a less formal setting. Like what I'll be doing today, I guess. So let's just keep her light, and easy going, and so we'll just start right on the front here. First of all, there's some sort of strange code. Oh wait, that's the best before date. Okay. Sometimes they're hard to decipher. Looks like it's 10th of June, 2026. That's good. That's good. I didn't actually buy this bar. It was up in the office. The new manager leaves snacks out for the staff, which is kind of nice actually. Okay, and then there's like the title. I already went through the title. Nature Valley Crunchy Peanut Butter. They have a line of Nature Valley Crunchy bars, and this is the peanut butter bar. 2 granola bars. It says off in the corner there. And here's a very interesting part of the label, and I've made note of this before somewhere in the analogs of me talking into this recorder. Like it wouldn't have been on Reader's Aside. I doubt it. This is going back maybe a bit before that. Because I picked this up and I saw that and I was like, right, that is odd. So what it says here. It says, recycle me. And then there's a little, like a star. And it says, labeled package only. Check your local municipality for recycling guidelines. What is labeled, first of all, what does labeled package only mean? Like, packages labeled recycle me? Or what? What is that? I'm not really sure what the fuck that means. And then check your local municipality for recycling guidelines. I'm not fucking doing that. Who's ever tried to recycle one of these fucking tinfoil wrapper things, or like whatever the hell they fucking are? You open them up on the inside, and they're kind of some sort of like a thin, almost foil nature to them, like the wrapper part. Probably freshness, like recyclable. Give me a fucking break. They're probably like technically recyclable, but like no region has ever actually adopted, ever adopted whatever type of upgrading technology or fucking retrofitting they would have to fucking make to recycle the shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, How are these recyclable only somewhere? That means it's probably not easy to fucking do. And so, who's gonna fucking do it? Like, they're just these little wrappers, man. Like, what are they? What's the wrapper made of? Here's a good fucking question. Like, if we're gonna bring that out into the forefront, what's the wrapper made of? Maybe we'll get to that. All right. So now we're coming on to the ingredients. This is kind of the meat and potatoes of the of the written work here. Of the word. It also goes without saying that there's English and then French, obviously, one after another, and I'm not going to pronounce. I'm not going to speak the French. So just if anyone was going to try to get like fucking like technical on me or some shit like that, try to call me out or some shit like that. And, well, like I thought of you. I saw you coming. You fucking idiot. Like, what are you? I'm not reading the French part. Right? That's for French people in fucking Quebec and far-flung rural areas of Ontario that no one knew existed. Okay, so here we go. Did I read us aside there? You know what? I think this has been a very sloppy episode, and I think the fact that I'm just reading off the side of a granola bar wrapper, I'm not really in the zone here. I'm not thinking I need to read us aside. I've just been kind of like rambling off to myself, like in ways that I've done before on a completely unrelated formats and shit like that, which kind of pulls in the question: is this really the format? Can this be? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I'm having serious questions now. Well, let's just keep going. And read aside. Ingredients: whole grain oats. Here's aside. I'm actually gonna pull one of these out and start eating them. I know. God, I kind of ripped the. No, that's alright. Alright. Whole grain roll oats. Sugars. Sugars. Here's the side. And then it's got in brackets beside sugars, sugar and or golden sugar, comma, golden syrup. So, I guess it just depends on like what they have around that particular day. I don't know. I always find it very strange when ingredient lists are not quite totally confident about what they're really using. You know what I mean? Like, why didn't someone crack down on that? So it was like, which is it? What are you using? The fuck. All right, and here's right. High what? Monounsaturated. Mono. It's a weird word. Monounsaturated. High monosaturated. I'm reading aside. There's a U in that word that I'm just going to decide to ignore, and I'm going to pronounce it monosaturated. And reading aside. High monosaturated canola and or high monosaturated sunflower oil. What the fuck? Peanut butter. Finally came to that. Reader's side, and in brackets beside peanut butter we have just peanuts and salt. That's it. Where's the like the buttery aspect come from? It can't just be peanuts and salt. Because that's not really peanut butter, is it? Interesting. And there's rice flour, salt, baking soda, soy lecithin, that contains. Now here's a side. So we've got the ingredients list for the. I guess that's the recipe, and then also under that now it says contains peanut, soy, oat, may contain wheat, almond, pecan. Reader's side. So I believe that's the allergy courtesy list or whatever for people with allergies. Because again, they haven't really made, too many people feel quite at ease, it may contain wheat, almond, and pecan. Like, what is that about? Do they make these in a facility where they also use those ingredients for other shit? I'm assuming that's what it is. So, but they just don't fucking clean up. Like, what the fuck? Like, factories are supposed to fucking clean up. You know what I mean? Every day or so, you do your fucking line clean. After you run one product, you fucking wash things out, man. Dude, what do you mean make contain? What does that mean? Like, does that legally absolve them? If some fucking dude that's a fucking highly allergic to pecans dies because just so lo and behold, they happen to be pecan? I think that's kind of fucked up because, like, really, may. That's just seems kind of lazy because it's like, look, there shouldn't be any pecans in here, but like, it's possible that maybe things aren't running quite as smoothly or cleanly or appropriately. Maybe we're not hiring the right people, and we're just not paying them enough, really, and so we're not doing the right kind of safety checks and doing shit like that to ensure that there's no pecan. There might be pecan. It might fucking happen, man. I'm not really going to do any more than I've already done. I've told you they might be in there. And, so there you go. Like, it's highly unlikely, but it could happen. And then what happened, and that guy would die because what he heard was highly unlikely. It may contain right. They just write that down. Which is basically what they're telling you. They're basically saying, we had to write this down. Alright? They're not going to be in there. But fucking, what they were, what would they then say? Would they be like, you know what? We feel so bad. We're going to fucking pay for your funeral. And I mean, like, your dad's funeral who died. And it's going to be cool, man. We're going to go to, like, Chuck E. Cheese or some shit. And fucking, and then someone will adopt you, I guess. I don't know. But where am I talking to? I forgot this thing down here. What'll be going on about here now? Andrew's side. There's gotta be more here. There is. Procter USA. General Mills Canada Corporation. Mississauga, Ontario. Sorry, Mississauga, Ontario. Product USA, so it's made in the States. And then it does have that plastic symbol, the universal plastic symbol. Plastic wrapper. So this is plastic, you say? But what's up with the inside shiny part? That's some sort of like metallic byproduct material. You can call that plastic all you want. That's aluminum foil. Okay. Comments, questions. Yes, I do have some. 1-800-231-0308. Nature Valley. Oh, there's more nutrition facts. I'm just kind of wasting time here, and I no longer is quite chuffed with it when I first got this idea, and I don't really want to do it anymore. So I don't know. I was gonna like call the number and shit like that. I can't even remember what I was gonna ask them though. Probably all the shit that I just rambled on about. And now I'm kind of feeling out of energy, and I really gotta get back to work here. Fuck, damn it. I was at 8. What time am I supposed to leave here? I don't think I think I fucked this episode up. Actually, I think there was a way to do this, and maybe this was a trial run. You know, kind of stretching the format here. You know, I went too far. I should have just like read a newspaper article. I went too far. All right. Well, there's no reason why I can't still tell you all to just go mind your own business. You know, 'cause like there's no trademark on that one. No one's leave me alone. I got shit to do.
And they even went to the moon. And there was a time in this country, a long time ago, when reading wasn't just for fags, and neither was writing. People wrote books and movies that had stories, so you cared whose ass it was and why it was farting, and I believe that time can come again.
Fuck yeah!